Today the moon is in Aries and we'll be going into Taurus later in the day. Let's talk a little bit about what that looks like in terms of awakening the power of life force energy. So I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, September 30th. And yesterday was the Aries full moon. So the moon was full early yesterday morning, especially my time zone. It was, I'm on Pacific time, and the full moon yesterday was in the wee hours yesterday. So it's been, as as Saturday begins, a little over 24 hours since the full moon was exact. So as we go past the exact point of the full moon, we are still in that full moon energy. We certainly still see the moon full and bright in the sky in its fullness. It's now beginning to get smaller, right? So we're past the exact point, and we're beginning that process of integrating, kind of recognizing what transpired, just beginning to start to make sense of the impact that the full moon had. So in my book, Cycles of Healing, this is here, I'll just show it to you. This is the book. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Cycles of Healing, and it's by me, Marina Ormes. In that book, I talk about the astrological cycles, and specifically when we go from conjunction to opposition back to conjunction, which is exactly what the moon cycle is. It's a conjunction of the sun and moon, which is a new moon. As the moon separates and moves apart from the sun, we have an opposition, and that is when they're as far apart from one another as they get, and that's a full moon. And then the moon moves back closer to the sun in the zodiac, returning to that conjunction again, which is the next new moon. So in that cycle, we have also a cycle or a rhythm of change, of manifestation, of healing, of how we can work with and ride these energies of creativity. So we create and we integrate, and then we start again. And that's why we set our intentions on the new moon, because that's the beginning of the moon cycle, where we're beginning this process of creating something. So as we come out of the full moon, we are beginning that waning half of the moon cycle, where we are integrating, processing, and digesting. So anyway, in this book, coming back to the idea that I was going to share with you, it is the idea of how that cycle unfolds. And one of the examples that I love, that I share in the book, is of putting on a theater production. So you start with the concept, right? You imagine, we're going to do this. You choose the production that you're going to put on, the musical, the play, whatever it is, right? You choose the script, and then you go through the process of creating the production. So you're going to do the casting. You're going to go through this process, this time period where you're building, you're creating, you're making decisions, and you're implementing things to create this finished product. So if you think of it that way, the full moon is the moment when the curtain is drawn. So all the preparation, the rehearsals, everything is done and complete by the time the moon is full. And what happens is, at that full moon, the curtain draws and the production goes on. So whatever you have created is now being revealed. And for better, for worse, for perfect, for imperfect, right? Whatever it is, this is it. It's here now, and we're going to see what it is. And then the second half of the cycle, or going from opposition back to conjunction, or in the case of the moon cycle, we're going from full moon waning back to new moon. That second half of the cycle is the half that is after the production went on. So now, so at that full moon, you have the moment of impact of, this is, oh, this is what it is. This is what I created, or this is what I'm experiencing, or what it's revealing to me, or what I have created that I couldn't have imagined, and what it looks like and feels like that I could not have imagined. And so there's something being revealed. And the second half of the moon cycle is about how we integrate that new information that came through our creative process. So now we get to process. Here's what happened. Here's what it looked like. Here's what it felt like. You know how after you see a production or some sort of work of art that really has a strong impact on you, how you kind of have to process it over time, like the impact of what it means. You think about how that shows up in your life, what it means for you, how it helps you or changes the way you think about things. That's what we're doing in the second half of the moon cycle. So we're just beginning that process as the moon is now beginning to move back toward new, away from full, waning, getting smaller each night. So that's where we're at today. We're just at the very, very beginning of sort of still recognizing what that impact was, what it meant for us, whatever has emerged around the energy of the full moon. And that means whatever is showing up in your life that you had something to learn about. And so this is the moment of recognizing and noticing how that impacts you, what it means. And then over time, over the next couple of weeks, as the moon heads back to new, you're processing and digesting, integrating, figuring out, well, what if that is true, then what does it mean? How do I do this differently? How do I change my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs? What changes in my life based on this new information that has been revealed? So that's the half of the cycle that we are beginning post full moon exact. And the moon today is still in Aries. So we have that Aries energy of boldness, of courage, of awakening this life force energy. And so we might be noticing how that is going to show up for us, what life force means. What does it mean for you, right? How in your life are you being asked to live according to your truth, to make choices and decisions and take risks from that place of being who you are, which throughout this moon cycle, if you've been following me, we began with the Virgo new moon. So the moon cycle theme is about living the path of service. And so what are you noticing in your life about how you need to move, take action, take risks, and live from the impulses or what is driving you forward? So taking action and making decisions from that place of truth and authenticity, because as you begin to do that, you're going to learn things, right? You're going to move forward. You're going to see what there is to what the results are of your action taking, your risk taking, and what you have to learn from that. So that's where we're at right now with that Aries moon, with the moon finishing its time in Aries today and then heading into Taurus, where we get to get grounded again, connect with the earth, remember, about the way things feel in the tangible world, what is reality, what gives our lives stability. So as the moon heads into Taurus, we're going to be thinking more about what grounds us and what brings stability into our lives and how we want to implement some of these learning processes, some of the actions and decision making, and how that informs us, what it tells us about who we are, and then how we want to ground that or put it into practice or put it into something that is our something we can count on, right? Our daily routines, our maintenance, our ways of being. So that's where Taurus helps us unfold into this continued adventure of discovery as the moon goes through the zodiac signs. So of course, the moon is moving through the signs. It stays in a sign for 2 to 2.5 days. The moon cycle has a bigger theme that we're learning about as the daily moon sign might change, or the mood of the day changes, but it's also helping us to build from that theme or work through the issues of that theme that the moon cycle is about. So and I am sharing more about this in Astro Bash, which is an evolutionary astrology conference. I'm super excited to be presenting there and talking more about some of these astrological cycles, how they're connected to a holistic healing process. Thank you so much for being here. You can check out, if you're interested in the Astro Bash Evolutionary Astrology Conference, it's at astro-bash.com, and sign up for their mailing list and get you can get recordings of the conference and my talk. So check it out, astro-bash.com. And I'm Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I have information about how to work with me, get readings, private consultations, get support in your life, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe for daily astrology of unshakable self-care videos. So hit the subscribe button. And I'm here every day sharing the Astro Vibe with you. So I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for being here. Bye for now.